the headquarters. I'd also like to tell you the story of a man that came here who did the program. We'll call him Bob. And he came here in a wheelchair. He was 62. And when I consulted with him, he said, I've spent $1 million on my health in the last 10 years. He said, I'm on 90 units of insulin a day. I was told I'm a type 1 diabetic. He was a wealthy man, so he was used to a luxurious life and luxurious food. So he was on 90 units of insulin a day. He was on cholesterol lowering medication, blood thinning medication, and I've told you the insulin and blood pressure medication. So why did he come in a wheelchair? Well, for some reason, the doctors had taken his lymph nodes out of his groin to try and determine why he had diabetes. And so when he flew here, his legs swelled because there were no lymph nodes in his groin to process the lymphatic fluid. He said, I've just spent $800 on these expensive bandages for my legs. I said, keep them in their packet because I don't think you'll need them. So with those legs, one of the first things I got him to do was every hour for 1 minute on the rebounder, just like this. Now he was carrying, again I have to transfer in my mind, kilos. So he was carrying about 50 kilos excess weight. So what would that be? A bit over 100 kilo, 1 pound excess weight. And he was not an easy man to work with. He was a very demanding man. But he said to me, you're my last hope. He said, I met a lady at a swimming pool in Florida, which is where he lives, who said that she thinks you could help me. I said, yes, I think we can help. That's all I say. I think we can help. So what we did is we put him on the juices for 2 days. He had juices every couple of hours. And I find the blood sugar levels balance out very nicely on that. I was talking to Dr. Agatha Thrash, who and her husband opened Uchi Bynes many years ago, I think maybe in the 70s. And she said every time we have diabetics come to our retreat, we always fast them for a couple of days. She said we don't fast everyone, but we always fast the diabetics. It seems to balance blood sugar levels out because they're getting this nice continuing release of these glucoses, but because it's a lot of carrot juice, vegetable juices, there's a nice consistent delivery, not the ups and the downs. He couldn't walk at first because his legs were so swollen, but little by little he started to be able to as the legs came down from the rebounding. At the end of 2 weeks, he was down to 10 units of insulin a day after being on 90 units of insulin a day. He went home and he had not used his bandages at all. He emailed me 3 months later. He said, I'm off all my medication. Wow. He said, I swim 30 laps a day. What are you prepared to put into this? They'd send him home basically to die. He was only 62. 30 laps of the pool a day. He rode his bicycle 6 miles a day and he rebounded several times a day. They're the only exercises he can do because he's lost his lymph nodes. And if he does too much exercise on his legs can swell. But if he swims, rebounds and exercise bikes, he keeps it under control. He said the doctors are astonished. I believe that it is our role to astonish the doctor. Don't you agree? His doctors are astonished, and he could afford the best. He could afford the best specialists in the land. They're astonished. Do you remember we looked at 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26? For you see your calling, brethren, how not many wise men after the flesh, not many noble, not many mighty are called, but God has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the things that are wise, and God has chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things that are mighty. So never think that you are not able to help someone because you have no qualifications.